Welcome back to Time to Unwind, the show that brings you all of the latest watch news from this autumn.
Yes, we'll be looking at some new watch releases, industry news, and our biggest sale of the year.
So we've got a lot to get through, but before we do that, we've got to do a wrist check. So what are you wearing, Tom?
I am wearing my 1998 Rolex Air King. This is a reference 14000.
That is a very hot watch. Very
Thanks
nice.
so much. What are you wearing, George?
I am actually wearing the new Christopher Ward Sealander stone dial with the beautiful turquoise. Of course, wearing it on the wonderful WatchGecko Octopod as well.
Absolutely.
So
looks stunning.
Yeah.
Let's get into the news.
Shall we start with Nomos?
I think we should.
They've had quite a month, haven't they?
They have.
Yeah, so
You actually went to the factory.
I did. I was lucky enough to be invited to the Nomos forum for the International Day. There was only 40 people from all around the world, ADs, influencers, journalists, everything.
And you?
Invited, and me. And Nomos unveiled the new world timers, the night navigation.
So this is just a new colourway, isn't it? It's not a new model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still using the DUW3202, still 40 millimeters in diameter.
Which is a brilliant movement, I should say.
Oh, it's incredible.
Fully in-house as well.
It's the same price as well, coming in just a whisker under $4,000.
Wow.
And they've got trace, vector, and grid.
Which is your favourite of the three?
Trace.
Yeah, trace is my favourite as well.
Yeah,
I just love that almost like neon turquoisey colour. I think it looks absolutely awesome. And they've got the orange accent on the 24-hour sub-dial, which just looks phenomenal as well.
My favourite colour of all the world timers is still Volcano.
Yeah. That was an original limited one, wasn't it? Yeah, that came out of Watches and Wonders, right.
But I'm still upset because these are only 175 per colour.
Ah, yeah, that's not very many.
No.
I bet they've all sold out, haven't they?
Yes. Our notes say 150, but they are 175. Yeah.
Were the ones at Watches and Wonders 150? Or were they 175?
I can't remember those, but it's 175.
It's similar kind of numbers as to the release at Watches and Wonders, really.
The rationale is 175 years of watchmaking at Galashuta.
Oh, okay. So it actually has meaning.
Yeah,
that's quite cool.
It actually has meaning. It's not just a random number.
Yeah, they're not just trying to limit us and gatekeep all of the nice watches.
But my least favourite colours of the world timer are still the blue and the silver.
So the ones that they are not limiting.
Yeah. Okay. So we need more. We need
more limited editions.
Oh, we need more non-limited editions,
but more interesting editions of the non-limited.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got it.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it. So that was a good release. Well done, Nomos.
Yeah.
I
think
absolutely love that. And next up, what have we got?
GP or Girard Perregaux. This is the 50th anniversary of the Laureato, and it's called the Laureato 50. The reason I picked this, I'm not normally a huge fan of the Laureato. There's just something about the design that doesn't quite do it for me. I think if I was to spend that kind of money, I'd save a few thousand and get an Ingenieur, or
Fair
even
enough.
save up for a bit longer and get an AP, a Royal Oak, and by a bit longer, I mean like 50 years longer, but still.
As well as having to buy Code 1159 so you can...
for the rest of my life. But I think this one's really cool because it's a mix of steel and 5N 18 karat gold. And obviously the 50 years is celebrating the 1975 when the Laureato was first launched. And to me, this watch looks like it was essentially just plucked straight out of the 70s. I think the design is really, really cool.
It's absolutely stunning. That design is just incredible.
And again, I'm not really a fan of two-tone normally.
Yeah, me neither.
So I'm not normally a fan of a two-tone, and I'm not normally a fan of the Laureato, but I really love this for some reason.
I'm famously not a fan of two-tone. For example, Roller Sword Datejusts, for me,
I hate them.
Awful. This, however, is incredible. And can we just acknowledge the size? 39mm.
Yes.
Is magnifique.
Yes, they haven't got carried away and made it like a 45 or
Yeah,
something. So I'm happy with this.
The price is still...
it's a bit expensive, isn't it? It's £22,700.
Yeah.
Which is more than most people earn in the UK currently, which is a lot of money.
The saddest thing is they're only making 200.
They're only making 200 as well. So we'll probably never see one of these, but I still just think they're awesome and I wanted to talk about it.
But if this is the direction Girard Perregaux is going in...
Yeah.
If this is at all emblematic of what we have got to expect from them, I'm happy.
And we should mention as well that it's all the Laureato amazing high horology watchmaking. It's powered by the GP4800 movement, which we'll throw up a picture now. It's absolutely phenomenal movement, and it's got a silicon escapement and everything, so it's super anti-magnetic. It's a beautiful, beautiful movement, as you would expect from a brand like GP.
Stunning. That was a very good pick. Well done.
Thank you.
And Omega's had a busy month.
This is probably the first time that I have actually considered putting an Omega on the sort of our favourite releases of the month list.
That's big talk.
Yeah, it's not that I've been sort of dismissive of Omega and I've not been sort of verbally bad-mouthing them, but I feel like I've been giving them the silent treatment because I've been disappointed.
Even on this show, we have talked about how we're not that impressed with what they've been doing.
And we never said anything bad about it. We were just kind of being like, they could be doing something better.
I've been vocal about how the new 38mm Speedmaster was ruined by the Olympics branding, but they've done a bunch of new Dark Side of the Moons, but we're not talking about those. We're talking about the grey side of the moon.
The grey side of the moon.
Full grey ceramic case. Mm-hmm. A laser engraved dial and movement that looks like the moon. Cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, so some of the bridges and some of the components in the movement itself are actually laser engraved to match the pattern, like a photographic pattern of the moon, which is very, very cool.
Well, this is essentially a grey version of the Apollo 8.
Yes, there it is.
Sans the Saturn V rocket at the subdial at 9 o'clock
as well. So it's still got that kind of same subdial pattern at 9 o'clock. So the subdial is lowered below the hand, and then the subdial ring as well. So it's still kind of got that 3D effect that the Apollo 8 had, but now it's just more sort of moon pattern. I think that sort of blends it in really nicely.
It does have two issues.
What's that?
One, it's 13mm thick and over 44mm.
It is 13. It is 13mm thick, but this is actually thinner than the previous Apollo 8. So this new movement, the 3869, is slightly thinner now than the previous one, and it's manual wound as well. So that does keep the thickness down.
That is very good. You've put me in my place there, but it is still £13,800.
And 13mm is still thick.
Yeah, so and it is still thick. It is still very
13,000
girthy when it comes to the diameter at over 44mm.
Yeah,
and
this is a big watch.
And it is just shy of £14,000.
Yeah.
Which people gawked at the Apollo 8 when it went up to around this price.
When the Meteorite Speedmaster with the moon phase came out, and that was 12 something, I thought, oh no, they've gone too far. And now this is pushing 14. I'm like, oh, this is still... But this does have a ceramic case, which I suppose kind of elevates it.
And they are going in the right direction.
Yeah, I think this looks incredible, and particularly on the sailcloth rubber bracelet thing that they've done. I think it looks really, really cool.
It's a very nice release, but it's not without its Omega quirks.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we've come to expect from Omega now. Like, they will release some cool things in amongst the mass of releases, but they are going to be expensive. You are going to have to pay for them.
And coaxial's always going to make a chunky-ass watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we spoke about this on one of the first episodes that we did, but the fact that they can make a coaxial really small for this ladies collection should mean that they can make it thinner as well, in theory. So I really hope that they do keep innovating on that front.
So, Omega, well done. Mm-hmm. Next up is another very big well done. And
but it's not a watch.
It's not a watch. It's actually just a watch bracelet. And we just wanted to talk about it because of the incredible innovation.
This is probably the first and only time that we will consider just a bracelet as a new release to mention.
That isn't a WatchGecko bracelet.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course we're going to talk about those.
And that's the Ming Polymesh.
Yes.
A grade 5 titanium 3D printed bracelet that is obviously metal, it's titanium, but it feels like fabric because it's made of almost 1,700 components.
Yeah.
1,693 to be exact.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is insane.
It is insane. This whole additive manufacturing thing is becoming really interesting. So our friends over at Apia have been doing this for quite some time now with their cases.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see it applied to components of watches as well. So not just the case design, but something which is actually sort of more functional than just it being a cool design.
It does mean, and Apia already realised this a long time ago, it means you can just get geometry and designs that would be impossible with traditional manufacturing techniques.
Yeah.
I
And
used
the
to
thing
work.
is-
I used to work in 3D printing
really?
for a while.
Another job that I didn't know you had.
I have done so many things, even at my limited age, but limited at the moment. It's advancing quickly, but yeah, 3D printing is just incredible when it comes to manufacturing, and I'm so
Fascinating,
glad
isn't it? Yeah.
that Apia does have its issues when it comes to roughness and stuff, but this is, I think, I'm still a huge fan of Apia, but this is a perfect application of this technology.
Yeah. I'm hoping that at some point soon I can feel this in my hands, because I've so far only seen videos.
It's currently sold out,
Yeah.
and if you do want to get one, it is 1,500 Swiss francs.
Which is a lot of money for a bracelet, but I guess if it's sold out, then people must really love it.
First use of this technology and stuff, I'm sure the more that they do it, it will likely get cheaper, because first application of technology, it's always going to be expensive, but just seeing it, being a new thing, very excited. So moving on.
To something that is not an innovation, but a return.
And a return I have been so excited for.
I've been looking forward to this for years.
I've actually recently been browsing vintage pole rotors on Chrono 24.
So was I. I was looking at them this morning.
I've been so excited for this.
So Universal Geneve, they're back. This is the first release in many a year.
That wasn't a limited edition for auction, because they did that one. That was like 3 pole rotors.
So that doesn't really count, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No,
whereas now we have.
Well, I was about to say that you couldn't get that unless you're at the auction, but these are made to order. So yeah, good luck getting one of these.
And they will be limited because they're using restored Universal Geneve caliber 281 movements with a 36-hour power reserve. So they are practically limited by the amount of movements they have to restore.
They are. I think this is a really cool touch, though, because they're not having to create a whole new movement. They're not having to buy something like a SW500 or something, which would, to be honest, not really work very well in a watch like this. And it's brilliant for a few reasons, because it's heritage, it's the brand's heritage, it's a fully in-house movement, it's fully Universal Geneve like they always used to be back in the 60s. It is small, so this watch is 36 millimeters in diameter for a
vintage proportion.
Yeah, tri-compact chronograph. This is brilliant. They haven't listed the thickness, but I've got a picture here that shows that it could be slightly thick on the thicker side, but
he a chunky boy.
Yeah, but having a 36 mil case is always going to mean that sort of vertical proportion is going to be accented by the fact that you've just got less space to spread it out. I don't think this is going to be a particularly large watch. It just is going to be slightly thicker.
Yeah.
They've been offered on a handcrafted leather bund, and the reason for this is because this particular release is a tribute to Nina Rindt, who is a Formula One personality, and she very famously wore a Universal Geneve Tricompax from the 1960s trackside at Formula One races.
Not that it's going to impact me, but I'm not a big fan of bund straps.
Neither am I.
So hopefully that's removable.
Well, yeah, it'll be standard. So you've got the standard leather that sort of goes into the lugs, and then underneath is the bund bit, and that will all be able to be taken off with standard spring bars and stuff, and then you could put it on a WatchGecko Highly, and I think it would look great.
Perfect. Very, very good idea. Yeah, so I love this. I've been so excited to see Universal Geneve come back. Mm-hmm. Very interested to see what the price would be.
Yeah, so it's not listed because they are made to order and you have to inquire. But given the fact that they're using fully restored vintage movements, they're made to order, and they are 18 karat red or white gold cases, it's going to be up, I reckon, no less than £20,000.
Yeah, I do appreciate that the price just says very expensive.
Yeah, I just put that in the notes. I was like, it's going to be very expensive. We don't know, but it's going to be very expensive.
I mean, you're not wrong. Are you? So
yeah, this is very cool. I particularly like the red gold with the sort of brown, almost tropical style dial. I think that's a really cool colour combination.
I think Breitling do have an uphill battle to bring Universal Geneve back.
They do.
But this is a great step.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's almost a taster of what's going to come before the big launch next year in 2026. So lots of exciting things to come, hopefully.
Very excited. Right, next up, it's been a big month for our friends over at Christopher Ward.
Yeah.
And first up is the Jump Hour.
Yes.
The C1
This
Mark
is the fifth iteration of the Christopher Ward Jump Hour. They've really been sort of using the Jump Hour as an evolutionary model, so things just small improvements over time. The still uses the JJ01 movement, which is a modified Solita 200-1 base, which is the same movement that you found in the Fears Brunswick jump hour.
Yes. And obviously, the last jump hour that we saw from Christopher Ward was the collaboration with Fears, rather, in the Alliance Limited Edition. So, honestly, massive fan of this watch. The lume looks incredible.
Yes.
The layering on the dial looks great, but can we just acknowledge the fact that the hand blocks the hour window when it jumps?
Yeah, you brought this to my attention this morning. So the Fears Brunswick jump hour has a very short minute hand that goes around on a sub dial. This has got a much longer hand that tracks pretty much the full width of the dial.
Yeah.
But the issue with that is that when the jump hour jumps, the hand is in front of it, which is kind of defeats the point of having a jump hour.
But this is no more than £2,285 on a bracelet.
It's a great value proposition, and it does look great, and I really like the lume. So
yeah,
you kind of balance those things down.
I just think they need to improve that hand. They improve that hand, they shorten it, winning formula.
Absolutely.
100%. And one more release, which was actually released next week.
Mm-hmm. But by the time this goes out, it will be live.
And that is the new Belcanto Lumiere.
Yes. The Ming limited edition of the Belcanto. No, I think it's got some elements that remind me of Ming, but this is a very cool design for the. Put Belcanto with for the Loco. No, this is a Belcanto.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting myself confused. No, this is a Belcanto.
It's a dingy, chimey. So just to be clear, this isn't a Ming limited edition, but for me, this watch at £3,800 or 3,815, got to be exact, on the 5-link consort, or you can get the loomed strap for it at 3,745, which is just so cool. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
This watch feels so unnecessary, but I don't care because this is fun. Someone at Christopher Ward just went, I want to have fun. That's what they did, and they've made something truly unique and truly special, I think, with this.
I totally agree, and I think the fact that they've been able to sort of have fun with the Belcanto designer watch, which is kind of very traditional in its style. I know that it's a sort of a new movement and a new design for kind of like this minute repeater style of watch, and it's kind of traditional case shape, but the fact that they've just covered everything in lume and made it all neon and super sort of modern and interesting, I think that juxtaposition is what makes it so brilliant. I'd love to see one of these in person. And
now part of the new Atelier collection. Really, really cool. So they're just differentiating their higher horology, more interesting pieces from the sportier pieces.
Absolutely.
So I can't wait to get hands on with one of these.
That'll be really cool.
But we've got a few quick fire releases that we didn't think deserved a whole big section. So the PRX 38 and the Damascus Steel in 38, both really cool. I mean, it's the first Damascus Steel, the first titanium, and the first 38mm PRX. All very nice. Not overly interesting. It's another PRX.
It's a PRX, yeah.
But seeing them in 38mm, it's a size a lot of people have been asking for. Bit of a unicorn size. I'm happy to see that new choice people have been asking for.
Yep, me too.
And then
Studio Underdog, another 03 series, so
another limited edition
yes.
to 200, but it's called the Champagne and Caviar.
Yes.
The sub-dial at 3 o'clock looks great. It's all bubbly like caviar. And the only reason I wanted to mention this is because I'm happy to see another 03 series. It's been long languishing since the salmon released.
Yeah, so this is another third series, if I'm correct.
Passion fruit, salmon, champagne and caviar. So I'm excited to see the fourth one, in all honesty.
Yeah. It's nice to see that Studio Underdog can create the sort of the 01 series budget. I know £500 and something is still a lot of money, but budget chronograph style. And then they've got this sort of slightly higher end stuff in the 03 series. It's really nice to see that both lines are running alongside each other. With
the mono pusher.
Yes.
And then you forgot about this next release.
I did.
And I think that's going to it's probably my favourite Brequet now.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It is very cool. This is the classic 7225.
Yeah.
What's special about it?
Yeah. Well, it's a new movement technology. It's a magnetic pivot balance or something, but it's a second a day accurate with a 10 hertz movement,
which is crazy.
which is 70,000 vibrations per hour.
Yeah, for reference, a Rolex is 4 hertz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they still managed to achieve -2 +2 with that. But
They do, yeah. But in terms of beat rate, this is night and day. This is completely off
Brequet,
the charts.
you're finally doing what we all knew you could do all along. I would just be interested to know, at $99,000 for that watch, the service intervals for a 10 hertz movement.
Yeah, probably.
That's going to be
Probably not
painful.
Not very far.
And finally, quick summary, your thoughts on the titanium Santos.
It's too expensive and it defeats the point of having a Cartier.
It looks cool in brushed, though. Fully brushed titanium.
It looks cool.
It looks cool.
I don't like it.
Fair enough. You heard it here first, folks. Next,
On to the industry news.
yeah, industry news. And first up, this sort of was a big surprise to many people
Yeah. I'd say so.
because we already have Vacheron Constantin and Patek Philippe at Watches and Wonders every year now.
We do.
And now, to round out the big three, the Holy Trinity, so to speak, we have AP joining. Audemars Piguet themselves. And I actually have a bold prediction
Right, okay.
about what AP are going to be showing at Watches and Wonders.
Shoot.
I think it's going to be one of two things.
Okay.
Either a Royal Oak or a Code 1159.
I thought you were going to come up with something that was actually like educational and
No. That's all they make.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That is all they make. I do think the Code 1159 is an underappreciated watch,
I agree with you.
but that is a discussion for another day.
Yeah, we
I
could spend a
think.
whole podcast talking about why we think the 1159 is actually quite a brilliant
I
watch.
think it's lovely. And I'm not a big fan of the offshore.
No, I don't like the offshore if it's too big. Yeah, but this is exciting because we might see some really cool new releases from AP actually at Watches and Wonders.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity for most big brands to launch their new things, their new models for the year. So we could see that AP does some really special stuff for the show, but I would love to see if they brought some of the stuff out of the archive, some of the historical pieces.
And historically, AP have always seen themselves as a bit separate. They're not in showrooms or anything like that. You can only see them or purchase them by going to AP houses.
Yeah.
Specific, like, off-street boutiques and stuff.
Yeah, by appointment only.
Or you can go to Harrods in the UK.
Yeah, true.
Because they're in Harrods. But otherwise, that's your options. Whereas Patek, Vacheron, you can find in larger showrooms. So AP are sort of joining the rest of the watch industry a little bit. They're making an effort.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to see them get out some of their historical pieces because the back catalogue is so rich. And no, it's not just Royal Oaks. They have so much more than that from the Royal Oak Company. So next up, we have IWC being the official timekeeper for a commercial spaceship.
Yes, you did read that correctly. That is a commercial spaceship. This is a little bit Star Warsy. But IWC, this isn't their first sort of space collaboration.
I've just got Star Wars going around in my head.
Okay, yeah, well, keep that to yourself. Nobody needs to hear that. But there's a company called Vast, which is a private company that is aiming to be one of the first private companies to launch spaceships that will orbit the Earth. And part of their sort of big goal is to pioneer in-space manufacturing that will hopefully bring benefits to life on Earth with new technologies, but also introduce the possibility of further space exploration with humans. This is all very sci-fi, but it's kind of really interesting and very cool.
And the ability to go to space, land on asteroids and stuff, steal all of their minerals,
Yep.
bring it back to Earth, and make more watches.
Yep. Brilliant. Can make watches out of...
Gold for everyone,
Every watch has a meteorite dial now.
and all watches can be solid gold because we'll just steal all the gold from asteroids. So gold will be meaningless.
Really cheap. Excellent.
Yeah.
But another part of the reason why this is so cool is that IWC have said that they are going to be investing efforts into research and development around watches that are suitable for spaceflight.
Yeah.
So what we could see some really cool new materials, possibly something which is extremely G resistant, like the Toto Wolf that came out this year. this year.
What, with the
cage that holds the movement.
Yeah, that's so cool. It's like the springs.
Yeah, that's ridiculously robust and shock resistant. So we could see some really cool innovations from IWC off the back of this collaboration. But
isn't that like 100G or something like that?
It's something crazy, yeah. It's completely shock resistant. So yeah, looking forward to see where this takes us.
IWC always on the cutting edge.
They are.
Always.
Yeah. They always shoot for the stars. Moving on. Christopher Ward has a new showroom opening in New York.
So you've written second here. Shouldn't that be third?
They have Virginia Beach, don't they?
Yeah.
I forgot about Virginia Beach.
So that will be 3 dedicated showrooms for Christopher Ward in the US.
A British brand that has 3 dedicated showrooms in the United States. This is pretty big news.
We're coming back.
Yeah.
We're
slowly.
Yeah, we're
invading again.
We're reintegrating ourselves. So that is very, very cool to see. It's going to be in Soho.
Yes.
Which means well, to be honest, Soho just seems really cool. It's going to have a high number of passionate watch collectors there. And it's just good news for the New York watch scene.
It is. It's good news for US customers. It's good news for global fans of the brand. New York is a global hub, of course. And I think anyone that loves Christopher Ward will be excited to see yet another dedicated physical space to see their watches. It's really exciting.
And it's a good news for the British watch industry. Isn't Time and Tide also going in?
Time and Tide will be in Soho as well. So,
incredible.
I mean, if you live in Soho in New York, then can I come and stay with you for like a week and we'll go around looking at watches?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I want to go Soho now.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the next segment?
Next segment, and it's going to be a short one, isn't it?
All right, so this week's product spotlight is going to be slightly different because it is currently Black November, and anyone that doesn't know what Black November is, this is our biggest sale of the entire year. Our best discounts are currently live on the website, so make sure to sign up to our mailing list using the links below. The deals are just going to keep getting better throughout the month up until Black Friday, which is on the 28th of November, where the very, very best savings can be had. So make sure to head on over to the website right now to check out the deals that are on at the moment and sign up to the mailing list so that you know what's upcoming throughout the month.
If you've been wanting to get something and you've been putting it off, now is the time.
Now is the time.
Now is the time.
You will save yourself some money.
So, go. And mystery packs are also back in stock.
Yeah.
I've only just heard this news from Mario, and I'm very, very excited because I've actually got one every year for the past few years.
Well, I actually spent quite a lot of time building some of the mystery packs yesterday, like putting all the different colours in. And there's one person that is going to get an absolutely amazing set of colours because I looked at that and I was like, yeah, that's brilliant.
So I placed my order. Can you
make sure that I don't know which one it is. I closed the box and it went in the pile of the rest of them. But I love the mystery packs because you never know exactly what you're going to get, and you might get something which you end up loving, and it's the perfect fit for
Having
your watch.
heard this news, I really want to just high five you. Mystery packs! Woo! I'm so excited. Genuinely.
Available through the link in the description below. So for this month's Community Corner question, we sort of decided to get a little bit controversial. We wanted to find out from you guys what your biggest watch pet peeves are. I know everyone has some, so let's see what you guys said.
Well, first up, we have when it becomes an art piece rather than a watch, like making the dial illegible or removing the indexes, or the indices.
I think this is a really good point because a lot of watch design now has kind of stepped over a line into sort of designing things for the sake of design rather than for practicality, and I feel like that's what jewellery should be, but watches should still have a function.
I do feel like as long as there are clear differentiations between the watches that are art pieces and between the practical ones, I don't mind the removal of indexes or illegibility or stuff, because at the end of the day, we both love watches because they are an expression and they can be artistic and art pieces. Yeah. So I don't want all watches to become illegible and stuff because they need to be tools.
No, but also we don't want all watches to not be sort of beautiful for the sake of being beautiful as well. So it's a balance, really, I think.
But I understand why this person's a bit annoyed by some watches that maybe they'd want to buy, now not being an option. 24-hour subdials, they're not overly useful, but some watches, for example, the Le Mans Daytona, that had a 24-hour subdial as a call to the 24-hour Le Mans race. Yeah. So sometimes they're just little Easter eggs. Yeah,
and sometimes the movements that watch brands use have them as well. So there's a particular Seiko Mecha Quartz movement that has a 24-hour subdial, and It's okay. Not particularly useful.
For
But
when you really, really want to boil your eggs.
yeah, like, so hard boiled that you can't bite into them.
Yeah. And there is nothing more uninspiring than crowdsourced blandness. Oh, that's quite...
So this particular point was about watches that are actively trying to avoid pet peeves, and I get where they're coming from. People trying to design... I'm going to go on a tangent here slightly.
It's designed by committee.
Do you remember that McLaren Top Gear review, the very first McLaren, the 12C that came out, and they were saying like it's brilliant, it's technically amazing, it looks quite good, it goes really, really fast, it's quicker than the equivalent Ferrari, but it's just a bit dull.
And it felt like it took them 12 days worth of meetings to design the windscreen.
I think Clarkson said it
wipers.
looked like it was designed by science, not beauty, whereas like a Ferrari has been carved to be beautiful and aerodynamic and all this kind of thing.
Whereas, say what you like about the Nautilus, the reason it's been a timeless design is because there was passion that went into it.
Yeah.
It was Gerald Genter scribbling something down on a napkin.
Yeah, it was done by pen, wasn't it? Not a CNC machine or
you
a
had
3D rendering software.
You had those beautiful lines. So I do agree with this point.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And it's not just in watches. Designed by committee, when it comes to something that's artistic, always results in something
It always dilutes
worse
it.
than it could be.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Very good point. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I like that.
Odd lug widths. There we go.
Odd lug widths.
I think you said something about this as well, didn't
Yeah,
you? You replied.
I
You
did
said
reply.
21mm lug widths.
Yeah,
Okay.
21 millimeter lug widths. There's times when, okay, it can be appropriate. For example, if you want to really maintain a specific ratio.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I do prefer even numbered lugs. 18, 20, 22.
It is easier to find straps for them, although on the WatchGecko website we have everything from 18 to 22, and everything in between, so make sure you check that out.
But standardization is never a bad thing.
No, it's never a bad thing, and also I think they look better as well, because there's something about the proportion of a 20mm strap that just looks right.
For example, my only bugbear with the 36mm Explorer 1 from Rolex, one of my dream watches is the 19mm lugs.
Yeah, but you'd always just have it on the bracelet, wouldn't you? That's 19.
Yeah. I would, but still.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
My point stands, but one person said Cyclopses.
It's very much a Marmite design feature, isn't it? I feel the Cyclops. Most people love it. Quite a lot of people also hate it, but no, I totally get where they're coming from. It ruins the symmetry of Rolexes. And any other watch that has it on. Like Seiko does a similar thing, don't they? And some of the brands have a little magnifying thing.
Date windows that aren't colour matched to the dial? What kind of cheap nonsense is that?
I don't really agree with that, because my Mark 20 has a white date wheel, and I feel like it matches with the opposing, not the number, but the indices on the hour, and it just makes it look a bit more symmetrical than if it was black.
You do have to take it watch by watch.
You do. It's a case by case basis. Some watches, absolutely, they look incredible with a colour matched date wheel.
And specifically for example, your IWC, it's more a tool watch.
Yeah, it's about legibility.
Yeah, it's about legibility.
Yeah.
You don't want everything to be colour matched, because otherwise it decreases that legibility.
It does, yeah.
But some watches, absolutely.
Something like
Agreed.
a dress watch, I think it absolutely has a place, but for something which is meant to be legible and sort of has these white accents on a black dial, it doesn't matter to me.
The cost, lol.
Yeah, that is a pet peeve of mine as well. I feel like if we were born a decade earlier, we'd have everything that we wanted in terms of a collection, but never mind.
And it's more money, anyway.
Yeah.
You can always want things to be cheaper.
Yep, absolutely.
That's what 0% finance is for.
Was that your sales pitch when you worked at Goldsmiths? You were like, yeah, everything's really expensive, but at least you got 0% finance now.
Except on Rolex.
Except on Rolex, yeah.
That was like 4.9% or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, right? So offering 2 million styles of dive watches that are barely waterproof to idiots who can barely swim. The closest these people come to diving is holding your breath in the shower.
Okay. Yeah, this is a very specific irk from someone. I get the sort of offering 2 million dive watches. There are a lot of dive watches on the market. Pretty much most brands have a dive watch.
Yeah.
I don't know, why are you coming at people that try and hold their breath in the shower? That's how I practice for my free diving.
You do free diving?
Well, kind of, yeah.
That's quite cool.
Snorkeling, which is kind of free diving. But
Fair.
Yeah.
But aren't you supposed to breathe whilst you're snorkeling? That's sort of the point of the snorkel.
No, scuba, you're meant to... no, I mean, when you're on the surface, you breathe. But I always dive down because all the interesting stuff is down.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were just going along the surface. I thought that was...
No, I wouldn't be like, I can't breathe, even though I'm at the surface, because then I would be an idiot that's trying to hold his breath for no reason.
That's what confused me there.
Yeah.
But
I am still an idiot, just a different type.
to be honest, this person does have a point. There's a lot of people that wear, me included, watches that are way over-spec'd for the stuff that they do. It's not just dive watches. Like, for example, my Breitling, 3,000 meters water resistant. I've never taken it swimming.
Oh, God.
Like, it's absolutely insane. But I think dive watches, there's a point to be made about them being overdone as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There are too many on the market.
Everyone in mums has a dive watch nowadays.
There's a dive watch around here.
Everyone in mums.
Thank you, divers.
Divers mums.
Divers mums. Sharp case / bracelet edges and bulky bracelets. Yeah, I agree with this. There's nothing more annoying than having a watch that is uncomfortable to wear, whether that's due to the fact that it's just too large or whether the case edges are sharp. My IWC is on the verge of being slightly too sharp, but I've definitely held... This isn't even a price thing, so it's not like cheap watches are sharp and expensive watches are smooth. You definitely find sharp watches on both sides of the budget. But yeah, I totally agree with the kind of... Because the whole point of a watch is it's supposed to be comfortable.
I do... And on that sharpness versus smooth thing, and someone else said pressed clasps instead of milled. Even today, and I'm looking at you, Tag Heuer, there are still Formula Ones in their collection that use pressed clasps, or at least we had them on display when I worked in an AD a year ago. Pressed clasps in 2024, that was, from Tag Heuer, is abominable.
I mean, I quite like them, but I think it was more acceptable in 1998 than it is in 2024.
Way more acceptable. And there's a reason that in the 2000s, Rolex stepped it up and moved away from them.
Because they are crap.
That's more a period feature. That's like saying, oh, I don't want sash windows on my Georgian house.
Yeah, but you put up with the sash windows if you have a Georgian house because it's part of the design.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays...
It's not really acceptable, is it?
Yeah.
No, okay. So I half agree with that.
They let out all the heat.
I half agree.
They let out all the heat. This metaphor is going a bit off the rails.
It has a bit. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone that submitted your pet peeves. I hope we didn't annoy you too much by getting worked up over small things.
They're actually very... a lot of them were very good points.
Yeah, a lot of them were very considered. I'm very impressed with our audience. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised we have a very good audience, but still, thank you.
That's you guys. You're the best. So thank you very much.
Amazing. On to the next segment.
And last up, we've got Set the Date. It's a busy calendar at the moment. Bristol Watch Show last weekend, on the 1st of November. And Manchester tomorrow, as of the time of filming. And now... we're going to another event now, aren't we?
Yeah, we just can't seem to get enough.
We love watch events. We love seeing you guys.
Yeah, we do love meeting you guys. I wanted to say, actually, on that point, Bristol Watch Show, thank you to everyone that came up to us and said hi and that you'd watched the videos. It really, really meant a lot, so thank you.
Thank you. That's from both of us.
Yeah.
And so next up, we're going to Time and Tide, the British Weekender, on the 6th of December.
Yeah, so this is the second British weekend at the Time and Tide of held. The first one was November of last year. It was actually the first watch event that I ever went to.
That's amazing.
Yes, it was such a great event. I meant all these amazing British brands, along with all of the hosts of About Effing Time, which was very, very cool. I love George.
And that's why you're here now?
It's why I'm here now as well. I mean, it kind of opened my eyes to this incredible British watchmaking and the British watch industry, and led me on to getting a ticket to British Watchmakers Day, which is where I met John, and now I'm sitting here. So I kind of owe a lot to this show, and I'm very excited to be going back this year. So
it's got a special place in your heart.
It very much does. It very much does.
That's lovely. But in attendance will be 16 different brands, and me, Tom, and Chris.
The triple threat.
honestly, we got together at Bristol Watch Show.
That was so much fun.
We were sat around a table and we did some stuff together. It was hilarious. It was so much fun. And we may have to do some content, the three of us in future.
Yes, we will be filming some content at the show. We'll be talking to some of the brands and people there. So if you would like to be featured on a video, then please do come and say hi. We'd be more than happy to chat to you about the watches that are there on that day.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. Make sure to grab your tickets because they will sell out fast. That is Saturday the 6th of December at the Time and Tide studio in London. It's an amazing venue. It's an amazing event.
Don't miss it like I did last year.
And you've got an opportunity to do some Christmas shopping as well while you're there.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
It will be fun. So hopefully we'll see a lot of you there.
I'm actually in London next weekend as well, visiting Time and Tide, where my girlfriend is buying her first ever watch.
Excellent.
Yeah, she's getting a Goofy Panda Studio Underdog.
Very nice, great choice. She has good taste.
Yeah, she has. I mean, what more can I ask for? Girlfriend who loves watches.
I mean, just as long as she doesn't steal some of your collection.
She's already got a wish list on her phone that has a Calatrava on it.
Okay, wow. I'm impressed. Very cool.
That's,
Well, we love Time and Tide and we love the studio, so we're very much looking forward to
It'll be my first time next weekend.
It will.
I've never been. So that's save the date. We'll see you on the 6th of December.
We sure will.
So that is all from us. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Time to Unwind.
Yes, if you have enjoyed this episode, then please do give it a like. And while you're down there, make sure to subscribe to the WatchGecko channel and head over to our website to check out our Black November discounts.
And we'll see you next time. But until then, goodbye.